I don't. And I'll take them in reverse order, but, we're aware of the civil allegations, and Jayz's really strong response to that. We know that obviously litigation's happening now, but from our standpoint, our relationship.
So we have some other folks who are out here speaking about what's going on with this whole Jayz lawsuit situation. DJ Academics recently got a video from a lawyer, attorney, Robert Sparks, and he talks about basically Jayz's mindset behind how he's going at Tony Buzbee and facing off against these allegations, and if he feels like he's making the right moves or not. Y'all let me know what you think about this. Check it out.
Yeah, I don't know what Sean Carter's doing here. It makes no sense to me. Sean Carter, i.e. Jayz, gets named now as the main defendant in a rape case out of New York by trial attorney Tony Buzbee. We're seeing Sean Carter come out now and defend himself online, putting out statements. The thing that pops up is not immediately innocence and guilt. It's how did it get this far? Carter starts attacking Tony Buzbee, saying, hey, he sent me a demand letter and he's trying to extort me. Well, newsflash, and Jayz's people know this, that every lawsuit starts with a demand letter. Everybody gets put on notice that they have a claim and gives them an opportunity to resolve. Now, if you believe in your innocence, that's fine. But here, what does innocence have to do with this? He has too much exposure going forward. These are heinous allegations. They're even says it himself. Now you're getting tied to Sean Combs, who's indicted and standing trial for racketeering and extortion cases, just horrific stuff, RICO violations. And now Carter's brand is being brought into this, is being alleged that he raped a 13-year-old. I hear you. I understand the defenses if you're Sean Carter. Hey, 24 years ago, you have an anonymous source, an anonymous victim. It looks like it's just a shakedown by an ambulance attorney. Well, look at it on the other side. Do you really think Tony Buzbee, who's a powerhouse trial attorney out of Houston, Texas, who's taken down monster verdicts and literally just got appointed by the Attorney General to take on investment firms on behalf of Texas, moves forward on a lawsuit if it's a bluff? It just doesn't make sense.
Yes, I do. I absolutely do. Because if they were at the party, they were drinking, they were on drugs, and they may not remember what happened, is probably, as an attorney, what you might be banking on. You have someone who tells the story, and there may be some circumstances around it that seems like this could be credible. Of course you pursue it. I don't care who you are. And again, they didn't know what Jayz was going to do. Jayz could have went to that mediation and said, man, you know what? Mufasa's about to come out. Blue Ivy's up here about to get her shine on. I don't want to deal with this. How much do y'all want? Write a check. Keep me in there as celebrity A, and we'll be done with this. And they would have moved on. Tony would have got his check, and he would have been able to keep fighting the fight against Diddy. And the weird thing about these civil cases is that's really what it comes down to. Because as Jayz said, if this heinous crime happened to you, why not go the criminal route? If this happened to you, wouldn't you want the person who did this to you to pay? Not just with a check, but pay and go to prison. So what you're going to do is you're going to try and get the money first and then maybe file criminal charges, or you're going to get the money and then it just goes away. This is why people have a tough time with these civil cases. It's because if it's about justice, your justice, it has a number on it, apparently, because you're saying, yeah, we want to check. So all that's going to come out of this is somebody's going to write a check. So I don't know if I agree with the attorney Robert Sparks on that one.
Sense to me. You got to believe that Buzbee would say, hey, look, I'm not going to allow this case to come down to a he said, she said. Buzbee knows that the anonymous victim is going to have to be disclosed. They know this anonymous victim is going to have to take depositions. So there has to be more evidence. A bluff would be, hey, I sent you a demand letter saying that we believe you caused these injuries to my client. We're asking for this much money. You say no, and nothing happens. Buzbee didn't do that. He called his bluff and he took it public. And in fact, he went as far as to say, you know what, we're amending the complaint where we had you as celebrity A that was watching the rape, but now we have enough evidence and believe you were the one who actually committed the rape. Now, John Carter's team will attack that, and they're going to say, you didn't even know what you were doing. But my point is, this can't be a bluff. And my point is, I don't understand what Jay-Z is doing coming out in the public. He's putting out these statements that Busby's going to use against him. Literally, Carter is saying he represents the heinous nature, he understands it, and that it rises to the level that it's so bad because it's rape that it should be a criminal prosecution. I could think of nothing better as a trial attorney to use those words against a defendant in a deposition. Remember, you're in the civil context. Busby's going to be able to depose everybody. He's going to be able to get to Combs. He's going to be able to get to Carter. He's going to be able to get to witnesses. They're talking about limousine drivers. Now, yes, there may be a victim issue, but at the end of the day, everybody says, hey, this was 24 years ago. Yeah, let me know how that turned out for a Bill Cosby. At the end of the day, I don't understand why Carter's people are letting him get out there and plead this innocence. I get it from a position that you want to get out in front of the jury. You want to claim your innocence. I just think that they're messing with the wrong tactic by trying to attack the trial lawyer, because this is not a shakedown of Vontae's situation. This is a real heavyweight lawyer that knows what he's doing. And Sean Carter better be real careful.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Robert Sparks out there, but I 1000% disagree. I completely disagree with him because he's looking at it from the side of Tony Busby. He's already not assuming the innocence of Jay-Z. So he's assuming that this lawyer wouldn't move forward without having some evidence. And maybe that's the case. Maybe it's not. Maybe Jay-Z will get tired and eventually will write him a check. Either way, if you say you're going to pursue this criminally, there has to be something there, right? So if there's something there, why didn't you pursue this in the first place? And if Jay-Z's so adamant against this and saying this did not happen, y'all need to file criminal charges if this is real, it's seeming like either Jay-Z's just trying to play chicken and see if they're going to drop this, which would be insane because Tony Busby, being the lawyer that he is, he needs to follow this through, and he has to follow this through. Or maybe blame the victim, the alleged victim, if the charges are false. Now, I don't know how they're going to play this, but I don't agree with Robert Sparks at all. It seems like Jay-Z believes in his innocence and he is really innocent. And Tony Busby, at the end of the day, has the burden of proof. He has to prove that Jay-Z did this. We'll see what happens there. Also, speaking of folks that are speaking out and supporting Jay-Z, as y'all know, Jay-Z has been involved heavily with the NFL and has been working with the NFL, especially when it comes to the Super Bowl halftime show. Recently, with everything that happened with Kendrick Lamar, has Kendrick Lamar performing at the halftime this upcoming Super Bowl. But Roger Goodell actually spoke on Jay-Z's recent lawsuit and if that changes his relationship with Jay-Z and the NFL. Let's see what he said. So Roger Goodell, of the NFL, the commissioner of the NFL, relationship with Jay-Z is not changing amid the lawsuit. What does he say? The NFL is standing firm with Jay-Z's in Jay-Z's corner after he was accused of assaulting a 13-year-old girl in a new lawsuit, with Commissioner Roger Goodell telling reporters the rap mogul's status with the league remains unchanged. What? Yet another person standing behind Jay-Z is crazy. The commissioner relayed the non-update during a press conference from the upcoming slate of Christmas Day games on Netflix. And in his response, it's clear the Shield believes Hove's adamant denial of allegations. Let's see if I can play this video. I had it queued up, but I think it's going to play ads for us. Sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second. Let's keep reading while this ad plays. We are aware of the allegations and Jay-Z's really strong response to that, Goodell said minutes ago. From our standpoint, our relationship's not changing with Roc Nation, including our preparations for the next Super Bowl. Let's keep going. Jay-Z has a strong relationship with the league. Not only does his Roc Nation help organize the Super Bowl halftime show every year. It also works with the NFL on social justice initiatives. Goodell went on to say, Rock Nation has been a great partner for the NFL, and the collab continues to grow day by day. After the shocking allegations went public, many questioned whether Goodell's organization would distance itself from the music legend amid the civil litigation. But based on Wednesday's comments, it was never in jeopardy, and the league is confident in this denial. A lot of people are saying they're not surprised that he's speaking this way, especially with the reputation of the NFL, but let's hear it from Goodell's mouth himself.
I saw you, I asked you a little bit about the Rock Nation partnership and it being extended. I wonder, can you speak to how that partnership has evolved in the ways that it's continued to grow and impact both you and the league? And then B, if you had any comment on the ongoing legal situation with Jayz and his accuser.
I don't. I'll take them in reverse order, but, we're aware of the civil allegations, and Jayz's really strong response to that. We know that obviously the litigation's happening now, but from our standpoint, our relationship's not changing with them, including our preparations for the next Super Bowl.
All right, so shout out to TMZ for that. Again, y'all, I'm shocked that so many are taking this strong stance with Jay-Z. But I think it has a lot to do with the way he responded. It has a lot to do with Jay-Z saying, listen, this didn't happen. All you're doing is chasing ambulances. And I'm happy to fight this if you want to take this to criminal court. And when it comes to this civil suit, not only do I want this woman to be named, but if she's not going to be named, I'm going to ask the judge that this thing get dropped and dismissed. I really want to know who the woman is that's filing this lawsuit, because I think once we find that out, and again, I feel like very shortly we will find that out, it's going to change the whole perspective of this lawsuit. Either way, let me know what y'all think in the comments in the live chat. Interesting times we're in, man.